On the 24th of June, European football's governing body UEFA caught everyone by surprise by announcing a fundamental change to their club competitions: the removal of the away goals rule. UEFA's president Alexander Seferin declared it is no longer appropriate for an away goal to carry more weight, adding, "It is fair to say that home advantage is now no longer as significant as it once was." UEFA's executive committee will convene on July the 9th, where the change is expected to be ratified. But why have they chosen now to scrap the away goals rule? Is home advantage really on the decline, and was there any appetite for its removal? Let's find out. The away goal rule has been an intrinsic part of UEFA competition since its introduction in 1965. Initially, it was only used in the Cup Winners' Cup, first appearing in a clash between Dukla Prague of Czechoslovakia and Hungarian outfit Budapest Honvéd, before being expanded to the European Cup 2 years later. Since then, it became one of the 3 FIFA-approved methods of deciding the fate of a match should the score finish tied, the other 2 being extra time and penalties. There were 2 principal reasons for its introduction. The first was to remove the need of playing a tiebreaker at a neutral venue. This was the case in the 1961 European Cup semi-final between Hamburg and Barcelona, which required a third meeting in Brussels before the Blaugrana finally prevailed. And even more bizarre was the need for a coin toss to decide the winner between Zurich and Galatasaray 2 years later, with 3 meetings between the pair still not able to produce an aggregate winner. The second reason behind the away goals rule inception was to encourage visiting sides to attack. But the true weight of home advantage is something that has long been disputed. Statistics released by UEFA showed that during the last 50 years, the ratio of home to away wins in their competitions has continuously reduced. In the mid-70s, 61% of home teams were winning, to just 19% for the visitors. But now, home wins stand at 47%, while away wins have improved to 30%. It's a similar story when it comes to goals scored by each side too. Across the same time period, home sides have gone from scoring 2.02 to 1.58 per game, with their visitors improving their return from 0.95 to 1.15. And this isn't a trend exclusive to UEFA competition. A recent Sky Sports investigation discovered that over the past 129 years, home advantage in the English Football League has been on a steady decline, proportionately plummeting 36%. In fact, by 2015-16, away wins in the Football League hit an all-time high of 31.5%. So how has this happened? According to UEFA, there are a number of reasons behind the fall, including improved stadium infrastructure, better pitch quality, and the rise of new technologies like video assistant refereeing. The modern stadium has certainly changed the game day experience for fans and players alike. The era of spectators cramming into rickety old stands are a distant memory, with strict safety regulations and the rise of ticket prices and corporate hospitality driving down matchday capacity. In most European leagues, this shift in fan culture has caused a reduction in the partisan atmosphere so vital to home advantage. It's also true that pitches are gradually becoming standardised across most top-level leagues. Gone are the days of quagmires and mud baths that used to be a staple of the European game through the 70s and 80s, with pristine carpets and highly nurtured turf arriving in their place. This has been helped in part by the introduction of plastic pitches into common football practice. Back in 1980, Queen's Park Rangers and Luton Town were the first clubs to host top European football on a plastic pitch. And although regulations mean that completely artificial pitches are banned in some league structures, hybrid solutions are growing in popularity. In 2003, UEFA launched its Artificial Turf project to develop an industry-standard pitch that could be rolled out across Europe. And 3 years later, Spartak Moscow hosted Sporting Lisbon at the Stadion Luzhniki on synthetic turf for the first time in Champions League history. Today, iconic venues like Wembley, the Parc des Princes, the San Siro and Camp Nou all boast a Desso Grassmaster pitch, which contains 3% plastic polypropylene fibres. These provide stability to the natural grass and allow modern sides to exhibit the high level of athleticism and tactics we've all grown accustomed to. In the words of Sir Alex Ferguson, the massive improvement in pitches have given today's players spectacular stages on which to perform. As a result, I would wager today's players run 15% more than those who turned out in the 1960s. So, football is clearly not the same sport which the away goals rule was trying to amend. Visiting sides have never been so ambitious, while Alexander Seferin highlighted how the rule is actually running counter to its initial purpose. He added, it now dissuades home teams, especially in the first leg, from attacking, because they fear conceding a goal would give their opponents a crucial advantage. Its removal should in theory make both legs of the knockout stages more exciting than ever. But will this decision go down well with the wider football community? One thing no one can deny about the away goal rule is its contribution towards some unbelievable drama in recent years. That's certainly true in the Champions League, where there have been some absolutely spellbinding clashes that have been settled via the away goals rule. Barcelona, for one, have been on the receiving end of everything that is great and heartbreaking about away goals, famously advancing against Chelsea thanks to a 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge back in 2009, only to throw away a 4-1 home advantage by losing 3-0 to Roma at the Stadio Olimpico in April 2018. Tottenham too reaped the benefits of away goals as they surged to the Champions League final in 2019. First up, they prevailed 4-4 on aggregate against Manchester City after a classic at the Etihad, where late VAR drama plus a controversial Fernando Llorente header dumped the favourites out of the competition. And then came their 3-3 victory over Ajax, where Lucas Moura inspired the Lily Whites to their first major European final with a last-minute winner on a scintillating night in Amsterdam. It was heartbreak for Erik ten Hag's exciting Dutch starlets, yet no one blamed away goals. That's not to say it doesn't have its critics. Back in 2015, Arsene Wenger blasted the rule as being outdated, after seeing his Arsenal side knocked out of the Champions League by Monaco. He would tell reporters it should count maybe after extra time. This rule was created in the 60s to encourage teams to attack away from home. But football has changed since the 1960s, and the weight of the away goal is too big today. Indeed, just a year earlier, Sir Alex Ferguson revealed there had been a debate over whether the rule still held any significance at an elite coaches forum in Switzerland. Sentiment against the away goals rule has gradually gathered momentum since then, particularly the disadvantage in play when a game goes into extra time. In May 2018, Atletico Madrid coach Diego Simeone told a news conference, UEFA needs to look at how difficult it is to play a second leg at home, with your opponents having 30 extra minutes in which one of their goals counts double, when as the home side you don't have this advantage. This very issue reared its head in the last 16 of the latest Champions League season, when Porto held on to famously advance against Juventus in extra time. The Portuguese giants had taken a 2-1 lead to Turin and were on the end of the reverse scoreline after 90 minutes. But a Sergio Oliveira free kick with just 5 minutes to go left the old lady with the hopeless task of needing to score twice. The irony of the situation was that by winning their group, Juventus got to play the second leg at home, but this supposed advantage would ultimately hold them back once away goals came into play. Gradually, other competitions have started to remove the law from their legislation. As early as 1999, the English Football League scrapped away goals from their divisional playoff games and went one step further in 2018-19 when they stripped it from the Carabao Cup. And it was around this time that German publication Kicker reported that UEFA was starting to have serious doubts about the away goals involvement in their own competitions. In 2018, following a meeting with elite-level coaches, UEFA's Deputy Secretary General Giorgio Marchetti told the press, "They think the rules should be reviewed and that's what we'll do." 3 years later, and UEFA have stayed true to their word. Not everyone will be pleased with the change. No away goals means more games will go to extra time and penalties, which means more football for professionals already pushed to their limits. The recent expansion of the Champions League was met with similar hostility, with Barcelona boss Ronald Koeman just one of many managers accusing UEFA of not doing or listening to the football people, not the managers or the players, about the number of games. And extra time doesn't always equal extra value, with sides often too tired or nervous to produce any football of merit. That was FIFA's reasoning behind the introduction of the golden goal rule in 1993, only to see it phased out following the 2002 World Cup. The added jeopardy of away goals did make for some truly memorable affairs, but football has clearly evolved in its entirety since its inception, and there were enough voices against it to warrant a change. Only time will tell if UEFA has got this one right. So that was our explained on why UEFA have scrapped the away goals rule. What do you guys think at home? Should it be kept or is it good riddance to that? Let us know down in the comments. This was written by me, Henry, and edited by Danny Pape, so give him some love as well. And let us know what you want us to cover next. As always, remember to like and subscribe to Football Daily with the notification bell switched on, and we'll see you next time.